many Bears fans are concerned about the other side of the ball, though, Coach. I don't think I'm telling any tales out of school about how Justin Fields is the hope for so many there in Chicagoland. What is your plan for him now, Matt Eberflus?
We went through phase 1 and phase 2, so we've had a lot of classroom work with him, and we've been on the field for the voluntary minicamp, and then we're just starting OTAs, and we have about, including mandatory minicamp, we have about 10 or 11 more practices to go, and he's just doing a really good job. But to answer your question, is that we're going to build this offense around him, his skill set. And part of that is being able to acquire the skill set and fit it around him also. And that's the most important thing. What can he do and what does he do well? And then let's enhance that. And that's what we're doing. The offensive staff is doing a really good job. We have a great offensive line coach, Chris Morgan, paired with our offensive coordinator, Luke Getsy, who's got a really innovative mind. He comes from that Shanahan, Kubiak tree of the wide stretch zone and the play action pass, and the whole thing's built off of that. And if we run the ball really well, which we will because of our line and the way we're going to operate, we're going to be able to really open up a lot of windows for our quarterback. And the system is really quarterback friendly. It's been quarterback friendly for a lot of years. It's won Super Bowls. And you can see what it did last year for even like Stafford. He gets in that same system, and, man, he just takes off and really flourishes in that system. And the second year for a guy like Justin Fields, he's just going to take off and do really good things and improving this year and setting our foundation for the Chicago Bears.
Well, I mean, Coach Eberflus, I deal in the world of narratives and hear many of them, and they cross my ears, whether it's people calling in or me talking to observers or just hearing from Bears fans. And the general sense, though, is that despite the plan that you may have for Fields, that the roster isn't there yet for him to succeed. And the general sense is he could get seriously hurt in the same way he could not finish last year. Now, obviously, you can't worry about that. That can happen on any snap in the NFL. But how do you respond to people saying that you're still not ready for Justin Fields to succeed on the field right now?
Well, I would answer that by saying this, is that, hey, we're building a foundation here. So what we do, how we do anything is how we do everything. So it's important that we build a foundation of what we want to be in the future. And the future is, I know the future is now in the NFL. I understand that. but we're in the process of building that. And that is player acquisition, with Ryan Poles and myself. And it's also scheme. How do we do a good job of protecting him, through the play passes, through the quick passing, through the screen game? How do we do that? And that's going to be very important for us to do that as we go. So, again, we want to build a team that plays extremely hard, and that's one of the foundational pieces. And it's not going to be built overnight. Now, we're going to be, pretty good as we get started, but we'll keep improving every single week.
And so how did you find Justin Fields when he arrived? Obviously, you've been around many a quarterback at many different stages of career. How did you find him in terms of his development when you first met him, Coach?
Yeah, I just think he's really grown leaps and bounds in the last few months. I can tell you that. I mean, his footwork is really improved. The timing of the passing game is really improved. His decision-making is improving as we speak, and they're just doing a great job. We are, as a whole staff, of really working on the details of that. And I think that he was like a big sponge, just soaking everything in, and he is a fast learner. The guy is super smart, able to understand the width and depth of the offense. And we are going through it the second time now, so we've already put it in once, and now this is the second time through OTAs. And he is just doing a bang-up job with it, taking command of the offense now. And we'll see how it goes. And it's going to keep going really well through mandatory minicamp and then into the summer. But he's doing a really good job. We're pleased, really pleased with where he is.
And you've definitely saw firsthand with your time with the Colts, to say the least, and obviously with Dallas, that if you've got a bell cow running back, you put the bell on him. Is David Montgomery that guy for you, Coach?
Yeah, I think that it's David Montgomery, and it's also guys that we're bringing in. There's some other guys in the mix there, but I know this, that David Montgomery's got the skill set to get it done for sure. And the wide zone scheme, you've had, of the Denver Broncos and, all the teams in the past that have run this scheme, there's been many a running back get over 1,000 yards in this scheme. And so we're excited about that part of it. We're excited about the offensive line, how they're progressing too.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.